Like many teenagers of my age, I like my computer games. Who doesn't? It's fun and awesome. The graphics and sounds are so realistic, and with fast internet connections, I can play with my friends or other people around the globe. Valorant, Minecraft, Fortnite, League of Legends. I can even play it using my phone, iPad, laptop, anywhere at any time. My parents always warned me about wasting time playing games, or even getting addicted. My younger brother plays more than me, and every time my parents limit his gaming, he got really angry and upset. I don't think I was like that when I was his age. Maybe he is addicted. Wait, is gaming addiction even a real thing? Is it real? I wanted to find out more, so that's how my journey in exploring gaming addiction begins. Long and behold, not only that it does exist, but it's game over if someone got addicted. It changes my view about gaming. There's a dark side to it. My own survey shows that not many school kids at my age are fully aware of this. About 1 in 5 don't think that it exists. It is likely going to get worse because many kids are playing these addictive games at a much younger age. They're now indoors playing Roblox or Minecraft in their room, where I used to be outside with my friends at their age. This can't be good. So I decided to make a YouTube video about gaming addiction to raise awareness for school kids, especially targeting those in primary school. I also interviewed Dr. Lee from Adelaide, psychiatrist, on gaming addiction in kids, who graciously made a YouTube video to answer my queries towards the end of my exploration. Gaming addiction. It could be game over before you know it. Just like COVID-19, the World Health Organization, WHO, is involved. WHO wants us to recognize that gaming addiction is real and does exist. It is not a pandemic, but definitely serious enough at a global scale, regardless where you come from. In 2018 to 2019, WHO finally announces that gaming addiction, defined as Internet Gaming Disorder, a recognized mental health condition under their International Classification of Disease version 11, ICD-11. To put in simply, gaming has taken all aspects of our life, and you can't help but keep playing. What's the science behind this? Addiction is not just rubbish, because it has been proven by science. There are complex wirings in our brains, known as the reward pathway, that gets turned on by addictive substances such as drugs and alcohol. Brain chemicals known as dopamine are increased. Gaming is not a substance, but like gambling, it also turns on a similar pathway. Here's proof from an actual brain showing the reward pathway lighting up, after playing games for 3.5 hours per day for 1.5 years. How big is the problem? Not everyone who plays games get addicted. In fact, many won't. Currently, an estimate is around 4% of gamers get addicted. This seems very low, but it's about 78,000 teenagers across Australia, which is enough to fill up 1.5 times of Adelaide Oval. With COVID-19, more people are playing games, including younger kids. This could increase the true prevalence. Data in 2020 shows that up to 90% of children play video games, as 98% of them have devices that they can play on. My own survey of high school kids show that half started in primary school and 1/3 in preschool. This also confirmed my suspicion when I initially interviewed one of my close childhood friends who got addicted where he started playing in primary school. Recent publication by Barry Marshall, eminent psychiatrist from New South Wales, have started to see younger age groups getting addicted to gaming such as in primary school. Although time will only tell, Dr. Lee in my interview says that parents are an important protective factor for these younger kids to curb the problem. How serious can it be? Although it's relatively uncommon, gaming addiction can have a very serious impact. You end up playing games like a full-time job, with many sleepless nights. Students don't go to school or uni, get bad grades, and drop out. Online games can get cyberbullied or trolled. All this can cause depression and anxiety, and even worse, suicide. There can even be physical injuries for gamers. In Germany, a neck fracture was reported. Parents and family relationships get strained. We're all very familiar of the scenario where kids lash out when gaming time is restricted or denied. Even my younger brother did that. Some parents report kids being physically violent, throwing things, bashing walls, and even hitting themselves. Without realizing, the games that they're playing, such as Fortnite and Valorant, are making them more violent and hostile. Luckily from my survey, no kids got a neck fracture. The most common impacts are on sleep, up to 2/3, with half affecting school homework and 1/3 affecting school grades. No one dropped out yet, although majority plays for fun, out of boredom. 60% reported gaming as a way to escape from stress. What causes gaming addiction? Is it the game that is addictive? Is it the gamer spending too much time? Are some people more vulnerable than others? The answers are not straightforward. There are many potential risk factors for gaming addiction. From my interview with Dr. Lee, these are the top 3 reasons he came across in his clinic, which can be grouped into the game itself, the gamer, and the vulnerable. The game itself. The game has to be addictive to start with, otherwise gaming addiction won't exist. The most addictive games are known as MMORPG, massively multiplayer online role-playing games. These are your most popular ones, like Fortnite, Roblox, Valorant, Minecraft, League of Legends, etc. They are very realistic, immersive, and fun to play, and anyone can play regardless of the age. There is no monitoring, and is easy to access. You can even make friends in the gaming community. For gaming companies and industries, all they see are dollar signs. So all they do is make the game more addictive so they can earn more money. The gaming industry is now making more than the film industry. Globally, gaming industries bring in more than $148 billion per year. But how do games make money if they're free to play? Once you realize you like it so much, you want more, such as rare items to reach higher goals in the game, so it becomes your hobby. That's when you spend money for in-app purchases. It's usually a small amount, but this microtransaction of about like $1.99 can accumulate and get out of control before you know it. If the gamers are young, innocent kids, where are they going to get the money from? Their parents' credit card is the easiest. There is simply no control. It's also been the target for cyber criminals these days. Dr. David Zendel, a computer scientist lecturer from York John University in UK, called this a gateway to gambling. Dr. Lee says it's essentially like a virtual casino, saying, "Come in for free and we will reward you." The gamer. If you're male and aged between 18 to 24 years old, you're at higher risk of gaming addiction. What about length of exposure in terms of hours? Days, weeks, years? Generally speaking, your risk of addiction increases the longer you're exposed to something that is addictive. Playing games for 9 hours per day or 30 hours per week is considered the red zone. This equates to almost a full-time job. One reformed gaming addict, Cam Adair, used to spend 16 hours per day every day for more than 10 years. Now he's helping our problematic gamers. However, some people can spend a lot of time playing addictive games but never get addicted. For example, gaming addiction for professional gamers is never heard of. They can play as much as those who are addicted. For these professional gamers, as one South Korean study found, they seem to be able to control and regulate their emotions, perhaps because they do it as a career. Having said that, Dr. Lee has noticed a small proportion of his patients are professional gamers nowadays, at a younger age. Fortunately, in my survey, no one is considered in the red zone. 90% plays less than 6 hours per day. On the other hand, some people might not have to play as much to get addicted, whether it is 3 hours or 6 hours or 9 hours per day. This depends on the situation that they are in. The vulnerables. Gamers with mental health problems at the same time, such as ADHD, depression, and anxiety, are at higher risk. Dr. Lee frequently checked for ADHD amongst gamers that comes to his clinics. Gaming addiction also can worsen these problems. Gaming and ADHD often go in hand. 2 years worth of data from Singapore showed 42% of teenagers seeking treatment had a previous mental health diagnosis. The most common mental health disorder was ADHD. They have lower self-control and are poor at controlling their emotions. The same goes with younger kids in primary or preschool, because their brains are not fully developed yet and are not mature enough to handle exposure to gaming. It's like giving alcohol to underage kids. So, is there help for gaming addiction? The answer is yes. In my school survey, not only that there is not much awareness in gaming addiction, many have no idea how to get help if they want to stop. This is very concerning. The first step of treatment is for the gamer to recognize that there is a problem. This is hard because gaming addicts have no insight, or they want to stop but can't. Often family members need to help, especially for younger kids. I'm sure many parents would like to be involved and wish for more support. Once we can get the addicted gamers to get help, treatment involves reducing gaming time and replacing this with outdoor, physical or social activities, reconnecting them to reality. This is easier said than done and can take a long time and a lot of commitment. Professional help from psychologists or psychiatrists are required by changing your mindset and behavior towards a healthy lifestyle. There are specialty clinics for these overseas, like Singapore, Taiwan and USA, but Australia is falling behind due to their lack of awareness and funding. Having said that, some strategies might not be well suited here in Australia. For example, the Chinese government is using facial recognition technology to limit internet gaming to 1 hour per day over the weekend. Well, there goes your privacy. We need a game changer in Australia. Prevention is always better than a cure, and this is very true for gaming addiction. Raising awareness is a crucial step in prevention. Gamers will continue to play, but we need to be aware of this issue and set a limit for responsible playing without disregarding normal activities. It is impossible to outright ban this completely. The government needs to set some rules of engagement for the gaming industry, such as banning loot boxes, as seen in Belgium and Holland. This can protect the vulnerables, including young kids. They also need to fund treatment clinics. Addiction is a slippery slope, and we need to know how to help them, not to fall onto the dark side. These younger children are increasingly exposed nowadays. They are at risk. Many will, however, have no problem if played in moderation and with parental protective factors. With better understanding and recognition, it promotes healthy discussion between parents and kids. Educating school kids and parents will help them identify early signs before it became a problem when transitioning to high school. Therefore, school-based education on gaming addiction plays an important role in raising awareness, especially in primary school kids. It is time for a game changer.